One of the most famous pictures from World War II is this one of a B-24 Liberator that had just bombed a Nazi refinery in Ploiești, Romania. The pilot was this man, Bob Sternfels of Laguna Beach. That mission 65 years ago was later to define his life. Only half of the 177 bombers on the mission returned. As did most veterans after the war, though, Sternfels returned quietly to civilian life. He worked for a dental products company. But books on what went wrong on the Ploiești raid troubled him, so he decided to write his own.
I'd just like people to know the truth about what happened. The books that are out are just absolutely, some of them are terrible.
The den in Sternfels' Laguna Beach house has evolved into a Ploiești briefing room. The map shows where the group of bombers ahead of Sternfels that day made a wrong turn en route to the refinery, and then missed the critical parts of the refinery. They hit storage tanks instead. Flames from the refinery storage tanks reached higher than the bomber's altitude, 200 feet. Anti-aircraft guns sprayed the sky with bullets.
And at that moment, I said, Robert, this is the end.
540 American airmen died that day.
All this trouble that we had, most of it was caused by the guy that made the wrong turn. Unfortunately, he's not with us anymore.
Later in the war, another crew crashed the bomber Sternfels flew. But a few years ago, an Italian man who hunts for crashed military aircraft emailed Sternfels. He had found the wreckage of Sternfels' Liberator in the Alps. He sent Sternfels some of the parts.
You notice how much rubber is still left on it? You realize that's because the pilot that was flying that airplane must have made good landings, right?
These days, Sternfels speaks to civic, military, flying, and social groups about that day over Ploiești. The response?
They just are amazed that I'm around.